Here's the most common problem when it comes to hiring sales professionals, or why some companies might be struggling to find the right sales talent for their teams, or sales talent that's performing consistently, and why they might be having issues with high turnover in their sales teams. I'm finding in today's day and age, hiring managers are overemphasizing on finding, when it comes to hiring sales professionals, on finding somebody with industry specialization and a little black book, right? So we want somebody who understands our product and service in and out, or has done this before. And we want somebody with an immediate network, a list of companies that they can bring over to our company to work with, to use our product or service, right? It makes sense. Like it's simple, right? Knows our product in and out, and has a little black book, a network of clients they can bring along. It's going to generate an immediate ROI. It seems that way, right? I think that's part of the problem. Here's why. When hiring managers are overemphasizing the need for industry specialization and little black book, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, and most likely subconsciously, you're underemphasizing or not focusing enough on pure sales skill and sales talent. Somebody's extraordinary ability to run a discovery call almost perfectly, right? There's no perfect sales process or perfect sales call, but as close to it. I think the skill that it takes to dissect our clients' problems or needs through asking the right questions and being a very careful listener, and then providing your product or service as a solution at very baseline level or to move to next steps. That skill is so underrated in sales because we're so focused on industry specialization and little black book. All right. And I'll come back to this sales skills and sales competence part. The problem with little black book, all right, just because Joe Smith is a salesperson with a really good network within your product or service, they'll come work for you, they'll bring that network over to you. Just because those companies are his friends or you know, they really like Joe, the thing is, those companies also might really like the product or service that they're already using. So Joe might work for your company, touches base with his clients. Hey, I'm over here now and we're selling XYZ, which is what you need. Oh, Joe, great to see, really like you. Mate, stay in touch. We'd love to keep working with you in the future. But look, at the moment, we're really happy with the service that we have from company XYZ, which does the same thing as you. Just really happy with their products and service. This happens often. You get this immediate adrenaline rush or excitement, like, whoa, Joe has a big network they can bring over to us. But the thing is, Joe's network really likes the companies that they're already working with. They're like your competitors. The problem with Joe, because you've overemphasized network, you've overemphasized industry specialization, Joe's just not that good at going after new business. Joe's over it. He's been doing new business for a while, or it prefers to have clients that are only warm, his network, or leads that are incoming. Like you hear this often, now what's your marketing strategy like? Do you have incoming leads? I want stuff handed to me on a silver plate. That's what Joe does, but you missed that because you were too focused on little black book, right? So this happens often. Just because somebody has an immediate network they can go after doesn't mean that immediate network will be converted to you straight away, right? Joe needs to have the sales skills to go after new business, get new discovery calls, and bring new products, new clients to you. And in the future, his immediate network might come to you later on because the current companies that they're using might make a mistake, etc., etc. So I think immediate network should be a strategy for future sales. Don't get excited about immediate network for immediate ROI, okay? Industry specialization, what I'm finding in today's day and age, I think if you get 2 years, or 2 to 2.5 years on average from a salesperson, I think you're winning. Salespeople in today's day and age tend to get bored from selling the same thing. And the amount of times I've spoken to a sales professional who wants to, even if they are a high performer, they want to move on to do something else because they're bored. Like, Alex, I'm bored, I'm not learning, I want to learn something new. There might not be enough progression here, but regardless, I just want to sell something new. I want that excitement back. Like, that just generally happens. So when you're focusing on industry specialization, they could be bored from what they're doing, and they're really good at interviews, and you'll never catch that. Secondly, When you're focusing on little black book network, doesn't mean that that network will convert over to you, right? You need to focus on somebody who's got the ability to bring on new business whilst staying in touch with their immediate network for future sales. If you want immediate ROI, get somebody who's exceptional at going after new business and somebody who's exceptional in discovery calls, asking the right questions to uncover a problem or a potential solution that your product or service can provide. I'll give you an example. One of my biggest clients is a global medical devices company, Stryker. Sure you heard of them. Multi-billion-dollar business, offices all around the world. Their strategy since the 80s has been on hiring sales professionals with an athlete mindset and a high amount of sales competence with the right values and personality. No matter what industry they come from, no matter what network they might have, their pure number one focus is athlete mindset. Like, these guys are actually the world's biggest hirer of athletes. Regardless if the person's an athlete or not, they look for people with resilience, good values, drive, competitive nature, discipline, sticking to a process without emotional attachment to the results. That's the number one thing. And then sales competence, that athlete to business. We've boiled sales competence down to a formula called CHECK: communication skills, humble confidence, emotional intelligence, commercial awareness. CHEC. Stryker runs psychometric tests to test this, as we do. They also run psychometric tests to test the athlete mindset, as we do. They're focused on that since the 80s. They've become the biggest company in their space, multi-billion-dollar business, because that's their core focus. Stop focusing so much on industry specialization and little black book immediate network. You're missing out on high performers. Focus on the mindset of somebody, that I call it that athlete mindset, and their sales competence. Can they run a discovery call? I guarantee you switch that focus to those particular traits I mentioned, your business will start ballooning, growing up.